She texted, "I didn't steal your business idea, just made it better after launching." I replied, "Check your email." When she found the cease and desist with my patent filing from 2 years prior, the better version got shut down. I, 35 male, used to work at a mid-sized marketing firm with Mallory, 33. We were on the same team for about 3 years, grabbed drinks after work sometimes, vented about bad clients together. I thought we were friends. Work friends, but still friends. 2 years ago, I had this idea. Not revolutionary, but solid. A subscription service for small businesses that automated their social media presence using AI, but with a twist. Instead of generic posts, it would analyze their actual customer interactions and create content that matched their brand voice. Like having a social media manager that learned from you. I was excited about it, told Mallory during one of our after-work beer sessions. She seemed weirdly unimpressed. "That's basically just Hootsuite with extra steps," she said. "No, it's different because, Lucas, no offense, but every marketing person has ideas. Execution is what matters." Fair enough. But I believed in this one. Started working on it nights and weekends. Built a basic prototype. Tested it with a few local businesses. The results were good, really good. Here's where I wasn't stupid. Before showing anyone the working version, I filed a provisional patent. Cost me $130 in a weekend of paperwork, but it gave me patent pending status. Also trademarked the name Echo Post for $225. Yeah, I'm that paranoid guy who actually reads legal blogs. Showed Mallory the working prototype about 6 months later. Her tune changed completely. "Holy crap, this actually works." "Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. You could make bank with this. Why aren't you pitching investors?" "Still refining it." "Want to get more test users first." She suddenly became very interested. Offered to help test it, give feedback, even connect me with some potential clients. I was grateful. Gave her admin access to the beta version so she could demo it. 3 months later, she quit the firm. Said she was pursuing other opportunities. We promised to stay in touch. Did the usual, let's grab coffee, soon dance that everyone knows means, see you never. I kept working on Echo Post. Filed the full non-provisional patent application. Yeah, that was $3,000, I definitely felt. Got more beta users. Started talking to an angel investor who seemed genuinely interested. Then last week I woke up to 23 texts from various people. All variations of, "Dude, did you see this?" Mallory had launched VoiceBox AI, literally my exact product with a different name and slightly different UI. Same core functionality, same unique features that made Echo Post different. Even similar onboarding flow. Her announcement post on LinkedIn was getting tons of engagement. Proud to announce my new venture. VoiceBox AI helps small businesses find their authentic social media voice. After years in marketing, I realized what was missing. The audacity. The sheer, breathtaking audacity. Then came her text. "Hey, saw you're still working on that social media thing. Just launched something similar. Great minds think alike, right?" I didn't respond. I screen capped everything. Then I called my lawyer. "She stole my entire product," I told him. "Can you prove it?" I gave her admin access to my beta 9 months ago. Have all the emails. And the patent? Filed provisional 2 years ago. Non-provisional last year. Still pending, but I have priority date. He actually laughed. "Send me everything. This is going to be fun." While he worked on the legal stuff, I did some digging. Mallory hadn't just stolen my idea. She pitched it to investors using my beta metrics. Found out through a friend who works at a VC firm. She literally used screenshots from my dashboard. Just edited out the Echo Post branding. 2 days later, she texted again. "I didn't steal your business idea. Just made it better." "Competition is healthy, right?" I replied. "Check your email." 30 seconds later, my phone exploded. "Are you serious right now? This is insane. You can't patent a basic idea. I made significant improvements. This is completely different. You're just jealous I actually launched while you're still tinkering. I have investors. You're going to ruin my life over your ego?" I didn't respond to any of it. The cease and desist was clear. Stop operating VoiceBox immediately. Transfer all assets and code to me, and provide full accounting of any revenue generated. She had 10 days to comply. She chose poorly, update 1, so Mallory decided to call my bluff. Big mistake. Instead of complying with the cease and desist, she went on the offensive. Posted this whole sob story on LinkedIn about how male gatekeepers in tech try to shut down female founders. Tagged me by name. Said I was bitter about her success and trying to use frivolous legal threats to eliminate competition. The post went mini viral in our industry circle. Bunch of people who didn't know the full story started piling on. My DMs were full of wow, really, and not cool man messages. But here's the thing about documentation. It doesn't lie. My lawyer filed for an immediate injunction. We submitted the provisional patent filing from 2 years ago. Email threads where I explained the concept to Mallory in detail. Screenshots showing her beta access to EchoPost. Access logs showing she downloaded our entire codebase 3 days before quitting. Her investor pitch deck, thanks VC friend, with my metrics and screenshots. Side-by-side code comparison showing she literally copy-pasted entire functions. The judge granted a temporary restraining order. VoiceBox had to cease operations immediately pending the hearing. Mallory lost her mind. Hired a lawyer who probably should have told her to settle. Instead, they tried to argue that 1. Ideas can't be patented. Wrong, specific implementations can. 2. She made significant improvements. She changed button colors. 3. I abandoned the project by not launching fast enough. LOL. What? 4. The access I gave her implied permission to use the concept. Absolutely not how that works. While her lawyer was making these arguments, I was contacted by someone interesting. One of Mallory's developers, Raj. Hey man, I didn't know the full situation when I took the job. She said it was her idea, and you two had agreed to split up and work on different versions. I've got some emails you might want to see. Raj forwarded me emails where Mallory specifically instructed him to make it different enough to avoid legal issues, and copy the functionality, but change the method names. She literally admitted in writing that she was copying my work. But the best part? She was charging customers already. $49 a month subscriptions, had about 200 signups in her first week. That's $10K in revenue she generated using my stolen code. We added wire fraud to the lawsuit. Mallory tried to do damage control. Posted a follow-up saying she was taking a break from social media to focus on fighting these baseless accusations. Then she made a critical error. She reached out to my potential investors. Update 2. Remember that angel investor I mentioned? Guillermo, cool guy, ran a successful SaaS company before becoming an investor. We'd been in talks for months about EchoPost. Mallory somehow found out who I was talking to, probably LinkedIn stalking, and reached out to him. Told him I was difficult to work with and had a history of threatening legal action against competitors. Suggested he should look into VoiceBox instead, since they were already operational and generating revenue. Guillermo forwarded me her entire email with one line. This person seems to have confused me with someone who was born yesterday. He also sent her a reply, CC'd me. I'm well aware of the legal situation between VoiceBox and EchoPost. I don't invest in stolen IP. Please don't contact me again. But Mallory wasn't done. She tried reaching out to my beta users, telling them EchoPost was being discontinued and they should switch to VoiceBox. One of them, a restaurant owner named Douglas, called me confused. Hey Lucas, got a weird email saying you're shutting down, but we just expanded our plan last week. I explained the situation. Douglas was pissed. She stole your product and now she's trying to steal your customers? Give me your lawyer's info. I'll testify if you need it. 12 other beta users said the same thing. My lawyer added tortious interference to the lawsuit. The preliminary hearing was last Thursday. Mallory showed up in a full power suit, looking confident. That confidence evaporated when our evidence was presented. The judge's face during the code comparison was priceless. Ms. Fitzgerald, can you explain why your independently developed code contains the exact same variable names, including a typo where frequency is spelled for Kunasi in both versions? Her lawyer tried to object. The judge shut him down. Counselor, your client either committed theft of intellectual property or she somehow made the exact same spelling error in the exact same place, which seems more likely. Then we played our ace, Raj's emails. The ones where she explicitly said to copy functionality, but change method names. Her lawyer actually put his head in his hands. The ruling was swift. Permanent injunction against VoiceBox. All code and assets to be transferred to me. All revenue generated, now about $40K, to be paid to me. Additional damages to be determined at trial. Mallory started crying, not sad tears, angry tears. Stormed out shouting about how the system was rigged against women in tech. Yeah, the system is so rigged that it protected my intellectual property from theft, made her face consequences for stealing. The mental gymnastics were Olympic level. But she still wasn't done, because entitled people never know when to stop. Final update. The last 2 months have been exhausting but vindicating. After the preliminary ruling, you'd think Mallory would have accepted defeat, cut her losses, moved on. But no, she doubled down in the most spectacular way. First, she tried to rally the women in tech community to her cause, created a whole website called techbrogatekeeping.com with her version of events. Forums, testimonials from other victims, all anonymous, naturally, and a crowdfunding campaign for her legal fees. It backfired spectacularly when someone, not me, posted the court documents in the comments. The actual evidence, the code comparison, her emails admitting to copying. The site went down within 48 hours. Then she got desperate, hired a new lawyer who filed countersuits claiming defamation for telling people she stole my code. Gender discrimination. Seriously, emotional distress from being held accountable, lost wages from the business she stole failing. My lawyer literally laughed when he got the filings. She's throwing spaghetti at the wall hoping something sticks. Nothing stuck. Every claim was dismissed. The gender discrimination one was especially ridiculous. The judge noted that theft of IP doesn't become legal based on the thief's gender. But here's where it gets truly insane. During discovery for the damages phase, we found out Mallory had been planning this for months. She had registered VoiceBox as an LLC the day after I showed her the prototype, bought multiple domain variations of EchoPost, created fake user testimonials using stock photos, hired a PR firm to astroturf her launch. She'd spent almost $50 setting up her stolen business. Credit cards, personal loans, even borrowed from her parents, all for a product she didn't create and couldn't legally operate. The final judgment came down last week. $40K in revenue to be paid to me, $100 in punitive damages for willful infringement, $25K for my legal fees. Public statement acknowledging the theft to be posted on her LinkedIn. She doesn't have the money. Filed for bankruptcy within days. But the real karma came from the tech community. Word spread. The developer groups, startup forums, industry newsletters. Everyone knows what she did. She's radioactive now. Raj told me she applied for a marketing position at his new company. They Googled her, found the court documents, and didn't even call her for an interview. Her LinkedIn post, court-ordered, was beautiful in its simplicity. I acknowledge that VoiceBox AI was created using stolen intellectual property from EchoPost. The code, concept, and implementation were taken without permission from Lucas Morrison. I apologize for my actions and the false statements made during legal proceedings. The comments were brutal but deserved. Lots of yikes, and this is why we have NDAs, and imagine destroying your career over this. As for me, EchoPost officially launched last month. Guillermo led a seed round of $500K. We have 400 paying customers and hired 3 developers, including Raj, dude's loyal and talented. Mallory reached out one last time through a mutual connection. Wanted to apologize properly and explore if there was any way to move forward professionally. I responded, "The only thing I need from you is the money the court ordered you to pay. Nothing else to discuss." She's working at her dad's insurance company now. Posted about being excited for this new chapter in financial services last week. Comments were off. The funny thing is, if she'd just asked to partner with me on EchoPost, I probably would have said yes. I needed someone with her marketing skills. Could have built something great together. Instead, she chose to steal, lie, and destroy her own career. But hey, she was right about one thing. She did make it better. Better for me. I own 100% of a funded startup instead of sharing it with someone who turned out to be a thief. Thanks for following this wild ride. Protect your IP, document everything, and trust your gut when someone seems weirdly dismissive of your ideas. Oh, and Mallory, if you're reading this, the $140K you owe me is accumulating interest. My lawyer says hi. Peace out, Lucas.